So hello and welcome back. I'm Damanso, and in today's live stream we will be flying a bit with the Microsoft Flight Simulator in the Swiss Alps, and we'll be doing this also with NeoFly, which is a free career mode add-on, which I will explain in a moment. So in this live stream, first I will talk about NeoFly, so we'll just give a little introduction for those who are not familiar with it, and then we will be doing a few missions. So I would say let's get starting. I'll try to put NeoFly here ahead, so just notice that it lags a bit while streaming, but should be okay. So this is NeoFly, and so basically, I have a plane which is a Cessna 172, and it's here in Bad Ragaz, in Switzerland. And from here, I have a set of missions which I can choose from. There are different types of missions, standard missions, cargo missions. There are also some sightseeing missions where you have to fly tourists somewhere to show them some special, something where there is something special, maybe a building or a lake or whatever. And there are also some other special missions. We'll look at them later. There are also some other options, but for now or for today, this is what we'll be looking at. So I've played a little bit already to see how everything works, and also I accepted the first mission. So this is, I think it's a cargo mission, and we will have to fly that cargo mission from Padragat to um, Ambri, just on the south. Here is also the Gotthard tunnel. So for those who know that, the one for the cars, the one for the train, so it's a bit larger, and so we'll have to drive over these Alps. I don't even know if this airplane can do that or not, so we will see how that goes. And yes, so let's get going. I already started the Microsoft Flight Simulator and prepared everything so that it should work. Um, so I have to say also that I have no clue about flying. So we'll see if we manage to land at the other airport or not. But first, what we need to do is to set the payload. As you see, I'm going to put again NeoFlight ahead. You see that we have 226 lbs of mission weight, so the cargo we are transporting. So our payload should be 396. At the moment we have 340, so we'll have to put 56 of additional weight. So let me try to do that. 56.
Transporter from dispatch. I see you ask for a cargo mission. The ground crew is waiting you on the parking to load the crates.
And as you see, as soon as we have everything set up,
Transporter form dispatch. Loading cargo. Please stand by.
NeoFly recognizes it and also have some audios, which is pretty cool. Where kind of interact with you. So now we'll have to wait still until the cargo is boarded. So that will take a few more seconds, and then we are ready to go.
Transporter. Transporter from dispatch. The cargo is on board. You are clear to taxi to the runway and take off.
Okay, so we are ready to go. So I already extended the flaps, which I think we may need. I don't even know if we will need them. Like I said, I have no clue about flying, so we'll see how this goes. I will just announce a takeoff. I don't even know if that will be the right one, but we'll try. And yeah, then we will try. We'll give maximum power. Oh, the handbrake is still on, so easy. And we're ready to go. We see also it seems to that there has been snowing the last few days here around here. When I landed here, I think it was on Friday.
Transporter,
Maybe.
have a nice flight.
I don't even know when it was. There was no snow here, so apparently there has been snowing here recently. So we have here also real weather and time and all that stuff. So this means now at this moment there should be good weather around here, so which is very good possible, since I think there is good weather for all Switzerland for today. So let's see if we manage to get enough altitude. Probably not. I think the easiest way would be to like turn around here, so we get pointing in the right direction. So we're still flying pretty slow speed-wise, but just trying to get enough altitude. So let's tune here the ATC. So here request 5 following.
Center Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra Alpha is type Cessna Skyhawk 2 miles northwest of Lima Sierra Zulu Echo. Request flight following. Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra Alpha Zurich Center. Squawk 7612. Squawk 7612 Cessna Golf Sierra Alpha. Cessna Golf Sierra Alpha radar contact 2 miles northwest of Lima Sierra Zulu Echo 2,100 feet. Altimeter tree 0.45.
So right now I'm trying to let's acknowledge this first. So right now I'm trying to trim the airplane so that it so I can release the stick, or don't even know, just don't know how it's really called. Yeah, let's just call it the stick. Seems to be nice like this. And now I can set the autopilot. For the moment, let's just drive straight, and let's turn the altitude mode. I have to go higher. Yeah, just I think I need to also put the vertical speed. Yeah, now we are flying in the right direction again. I will retract the flaps, or yeah, so put them again on. That is still out, so now they're retracted. It's very beautiful region here. So very nice mountains. Okay, so now we'll have to figure out how we can get there. We'll put a little bit more vertical speed. Maybe that's a little bit too much, but we'll just try. Otherwise, we can still put it to where it was. And now NeoFly isn't lagging anymore. That's great. Okay, so to get here, yeah, I think we could follow this here and then see if we have enough altitude to then go straight over the mountains, or if we will need to go all the way around somewhere here. However, this is pretty high everywhere, so we will have to go over it at some point. For now, let's try to change the heading so that we don't do a too long way around. So we're still not high enough to go over the mountains, but that's not really a problem. As for now, we're still climbing, but we're losing quite a lot of speed, so we'll decrease the vertical speed a bit so that we get a bit more speed. Okay, so now he reached the altitude which was set. I think we will have to go higher. Let's go another 1,000 meter. Now we'll have to turn on the vertical speed again and then say that we want to climb. I think we could also now turn a little bit more to the right. Oh, that's maybe too much. Maybe only like this, because this mountain looks pretty big. We'll have a quick look at NeoFly if I have the option to see how high this is. No. Yeah, but not really a problem. So for now we'll be following the valley while we get high enough. Okay, so we will have to go higher. So let's set it to, I don't know, Let's try like this to put vertical speed back on. I think we could also reduce the thrust a bit into that green section there. So like this. So, and what we are able to see here, I think, is Hur, which is the how to say, the capital city maybe of Graubünden. So now let's turn more to the right this way. So this is what we have flown so far. So from here to here. Now we'll continue, I would say, around here. And I think this could be here a good place to cross. This 2000, yeah, this will be the highest point here. So if we manage to go over that one, we shouldn't have any problem here. But I really don't know if that's even possible for an airplane like this. So let's get back to where we are right now. Okay, so just also googled how high we will need to be to cross that mountain, and I think we'll have to go to around 10,000 feet to be able to go over this mountain here. So I don't know if that will be possible or not, but I would say that we will, I think that's this mountain we are seeing just in front of us. It's good possible. So I think, is it? No, no, it's not. So I think we will go a little bit more to the right and we will continue climbing. So let's put it to 10,500. Put the vertical speed back on and then go into climb mode and see how this goes. So we're losing quite a lot of speed, so let's decrease it a bit. I think that will be fine. it's a really good day today. Sun is shining, no wind, no turbulences, no clouds, so perfect to enjoy the view. So at the moment we are at 6,500 feet, so not yet uh, where we need to be. So if you're interested also in using NeoFly, so this tool over here, in the YouTube stream there is a link to their website. Otherwise you can just Google it, neofly.net I think it is, or .com, something like that. And yeah, so this tool is offline, so it's not like, it's similar to FS Economy, um, but this one works offline. So this, I think, everything is on a local database, and yeah, so there's this, it's not like FS Economy where everyone sees the cargo, so they're only available to you. And yes, so this is the what we have flown so far. Now we're close to Ilans, and here is the first big mountain pits down, which should be ahead of us. I will go into the auto camera. So now we're seeing a bit of turbulences, but nothing too serious. Probably that could be Pits Mulan or whatever was the name of that mountain. Yeah, that could be that one. So it's at around 2000 meter in foot. As I learned, it's around times 3, so around 6000 feet, and we are already higher, so that could be that one. I'm going now a little bit left, so I think this one will be easier to cross than over here. So let's go around here, and I will decrease the vertical speed so that we get a little bit fast again. Yeah, around here, so that we still climb enough. So it kind of looks like we are already clear of the mountains, but I'm not sure. So it looks like we're clear, but from what I've seen on in NeoFly, we are not yet clear. But yeah, the mountain is still quite far away. We're not able to see too much. This way we can see a little bit more. Um, what's around us. So we are already past 8,000 feet. So far so good. Now I see we have a mountain just ahead of us here in this map. Ah yeah, that's the Pitts Moon down. We are going over it. But yeah, looking at this, I'm not that sure if we are high enough for that mountain. We should be, but I'm not very convinced. What we could do is go a little bit more to the left through this valley here. Let's try that. Around so, then we should be able to not having to go over the mountain. Yeah, we're still close to it, but I think it's better. Yeah, so I think that should be good enough. We maybe go a little bit more to the left because yeah, I think following the valley is the best option. So around here, because we still don't have the height we need, or the height at least I think we will need. So let's just go a bit steeper and just put more speed, full thrust, so we hopefully make it, because we can't turn around. If we're too low, then we're screwed up. So let's see if we can get the height we need. And also put the altitude to 11,000. I really hope it's enough. I'm not sure, but we will just hope. So everything looks good so far. So here we could go further to the left, but I don't think that's necessary. I think this is not the best place to cross, as this is the highest point. Maybe here somewhere. Or here would be here. There would be even a valley we could go through, but nah, not sure if that's the best place, because we need to go a bit more further down. Now we see some mountains ahead of us. We might can see where there's better to go through. I think that's not that bad. Now we are 10,000 feet in a moment, so in theory we should be high enough for the mountains, but I'm not convinced that it's going to be enough. So we see in the map there's a river, which is that one here, but if we follow that one, then we'll be at the highest point. So this heading I think is not bad, and maybe when we are right here we just turn right, so that we avoid the highest point here. So now we are seeing some little turbulences here. I think that's normal when you go over mountains. Yeah, now it looks like we are high enough. Now we are seeing the mountains from the top, which is a great thing. So I think once we reached 11,000 feet, we will stop climbing and keep the altitude, and we'll only go higher if we really see that we need to. Let's have a look at NeoFly. I think here is one of those big ones. Yeah, here, so these mountains here. And probably somewhere around here is that the very big one. So now we reached 11,000 feet. So I will reduce the thrust again. There's even a little sea down there. Is it that one? Yeah, I think it's just here on top. Maybe it's also frozen, I don't know. I think there, just ahead of us, is also one down in the valley, but could also be snow or glacier or whatever. Yeah, I think there is a lake, a little one. So let's have a look at NeoFly, where we are right now. You crossed now the very big mountains, and now we can turn to the right towards where we need to fly. So the mountains here seem to be smaller than the one we just crossed. They're only around 2,200 meters here and 2,500 meters on this side. So we maybe can even start descending, because now from here to here it's not going to take us too long. One option would be to go a little bit a longer way, so we can go lower already, but I think we will just try this way. In the worst case, we just pass the airport and then turn around and come back. I think that would be um, the best option. So let's start descending. I will put the altitude to, let's say, 10,000 feet for now. We're also having some turbulences now. They're only very small ones. Yeah, so we need to put vertical speed mode on and then decrease it a bit Maybe we need to take a little bit of thrust away. Are we? No, we're not on full thrust. But maybe we have to take away a little bit more. Reduce it a bit since we are now flying down. And yeah, so now we have some mountains ahead of us, and then there should be a valley, quite a big one, where we have to then turn into that valley. So from what I can see, yeah, that's that one we have here. I can't see it on this map also, so I have to see where it really is. It should be just after this mountain here. Question is if we can descend even further. Maybe, yeah, I think we can a bit. So let's go down to. Oh, that wasn't that good. Oh, that just did reduce the altitude to around 9,700, and then go decrease the vertical speed again. Now we're pretty fast, so we'll reduce the thrust a little bit, decrease vertical speed a bit more. Yeah, I think that looks good. So we could even be lower, it's not a problem at all. And now the river we are seeing right now is the one that we should be following. So I will turn right and decrease even further. Decrease even more and take a lot of thrust away. So I think this is the maximum. Oh no, that's because we need to lower the altitude. Let's go to 6,500 feet. Vertical speed on, and now go down. And there we see it already, Amri, that's where we need to land. But this is going to be almost impossible, I think. You won't be able to do it. I will go as steep as I somehow can. We'll take all the thrust away. So I will take away the heading. I'm not sure if I can steer. No, I don't know. I will take the autopilot away for now. So we're a bit too fast. But we'll, we'll see. Yeah, we should have gone the longer route where we had more time to descend, or maybe also start descending earlier. That would also have been a good option, but yeah, I thought let's try it if we manage to sink fast enough, but it's not really possible, but not really a problem. So we'll just go past the airfield and then turn around and then land it. So we can't see much of the runway. It's also pretty much covered in snow, everything here. Okay, so I'm going to put the throttle back in now. Try to trim it somehow. And here it's now pretty narrow, so we'll drive on the other side of this narrow spot here and then try to turn around. Let's see if I manage to do this. So I hope there is enough space to turn around. I'm not very sure if this is even possible here, but we will find out in a moment. So we'll stay here as far right as I can. And now I will turn around. I will wait a little bit longer now. Through this valley also goes the A2, the highway, which connects the north of Switzerland with the south. We are just flying over it right now. You can't almost see it because of the snow, but we can see the cars driving through it. Now, oh, this doesn't look too professional here, what I'm doing right now. I'm going to put the flaps on now. I think I'm way too fast to put them down. I think the plane would get quite some damage if we would do that at that speed, but anyway. So I'm still quite high, and I think I'm not even sure if somebody lands from this side here, because the other side is there's way more space, but yeah, so let's try. Oh, quite a lot of wind here. So I think we're way too high to land. This is not going to look very good, but I will try. It seems that there is also some wind. Okay, so I think it will work, even though I think it's not best practice what I'm doing, but doesn't matter. It's quite a long airstrip here to land. Oh, I think it just started now, or did it start before?
Transporter from dispatch.
I
Nice landing.
don't know
Go to the
because
next
it's all
parking and
covered
put your
in
parking
snow.
brake on. I'll be in touch.
So that wasn't too smooth. Was quite yeah, but it's just cargo, so doesn't matter. Um, Now let's see where I can park. I think I should have gone to the right there. Yeah. Ah no, here on the Right hand side there is also another aircraft and there is somebody waiting for me, so let's try to go over there. Let's see if that works. I think here, yeah, here we can enter. Ooh, we are a little bit fast, but yeah, just break in time. Yeah, I can't really go there. That looks a little bit. No, that's not going to work. But I will just park here. I mean, we will leave in a second. Like this, we put the parking brake.
Transporter. Cargo unloading in progress. Stand by, pilot.
And in the meantime, we can look at what we have at this airport here. So we could, for example, do, that would be a cool one, this Pisa ones. This is basically a drop zone. So we have delivered cargo and then
Transporter.
just
The cargo
drop
has
it.
been delivered. Nice
But
work. Have a
for
nice
that,
day.
we need a certain rank I don't have yet. So we could do one of this one, but then we have to land just somewhere on the grass. That looks a little uh, bit too complicated for the moment. If there would be like a sightseeing, that would be great, but they're all quite far away. That the sightseeing. There, that would be one. Is there? Yeah, here is another one. Yeah, that doesn't look too bad. However, yeah, we would have to fly over the Alps again. Don't want to do that now. So what do we have? We could, yeah, we could try one of those. What should we do? This is also not unlocked yet. So let's do one of these. We will just try to fly over it somehow. Um, I will just say fly it and connect. Now we will have to set the payload expected 506. So this will make the airplane even higher, heavier. So even more difficult to fly it. So I think we need 110.
Transporter from
Yeah,
dispatch.
that's
Some
fine.
tourists want to see how beautiful our region is from up above.
And yeah, what we'll have to do is fly from here, go over
Transporter form
here,
dispatch. Boarding passenger. Please stand by.
show them whatever here is. This thingy here, and then fly back. So that's what we'll be doing. So the most difficult part, I think, is going over this mountain here. So the Gotthard. No, we will just try. Not sure if maybe this one could be a good point to pass, to cross. And I think we'll be starting in that direction, even though it's a little bit tricky with the mountain.
Transporter. All tourists on board. Let's take some
But we will
photos.
see. Okay, so the tourists are ready. I'm ready too. So let's release the parking brake. And can get back in the air. Almost not seeing where I'm driving to. And I would say just let's get going. Not doing too long. So I think we're high enough.
Transporter, have a nice flight.
And now we'll already have to go a little bit to the left to clear the mountain here on the right. So far it's looking good. Oh, why is it? Oh, just don't know what happened. I think there was a little bit of wind or something. Maybe because we're pretty close to that mountain here. But yeah, well, was a bit scary there for a second. Yeah, so now we have two options. Either we go right um, in a moment, but I think that's not going to work because we are not so high at the moment. Or we just continue in this valley for a little bit longer and then we pause where I just had a look before. I think that would be the better option. Also because I'm pretty slow, so I will try to retract the flaps. I have no clue what will happen now. So I think they should be all the way in now. We'll have a look real quick. Yeah, that looks good. I will trim the aircraft in a moment real quick so I can take off my hand of the stick. Still don't know how it's called. So that looks better. Now I can engage the autopilot and set everything. So the heading and oh, I have to climb. Why are you not climbing? Vertical speed and then go up. Don't go down. Okay, so now everything is set up. I think yeah, we're going way too fast. I have to reduce that one. Yeah. Okay, so now it should be set up. So now we shouldn't be crashing in somewhere. So that would have been a spot where we could have gone, but we are just not high enough yet. I will bring up NeoFly. So that's what we have flown so far. And this is where the cars go. So the tunnel and also the old street. And I think we could go, I don't know where. So I will have to reduce to vertical speed. We're climbing way too fast. So let's put the heading a little bit more left. So practical that it gives you a warning when before crashing. So this won't be that high, but we don't have the height yet. So for that, I think we will need 6,000 feet, and we have 5,000. So around 1,000 feet missing. So now we can increase the vertical speed again a bit, and I will go a little bit more left so that we stay above this little river. Otherwise this is not going to end really good. But we really need to get this altitude because this is going uphill quite fast. So we have the speed so we can go steeper. I hope this will work like this, otherwise we are screwed. Oh, that was the wrong one, the altitude, so let's put it back to, yeah, we can even put it higher to like 8,000. Let's see how high this one is. It's not telling me, but I can Google it. Okay, so that's around 2,500 meter. So that looks like the best way to cross because it doesn't look too high. So in German, the Newfoundland bus, what's the name that I know or that I'm familiar with? Maybe we can go like this because well, here is also one of those. Okay, so the Furka bus, which is this one here, is also the same height, so that if we can clear the first one, we shouldn't have any problem clearing the second one. So it looks pretty good so far. So increase the climbing rate a little bit more. Let's put the heading a little bit that way. Okay, so we will go more to the right. That's and yeah, now we will have to see. Would be nice to know where the cars go through because that will be the best. Yeah, here we can see that's the road, so we have to go that way. Uh-oh, decrease vertical speed. We're going way too steep. Now more to the right. Okay, just so there's been a question on Twitch. So if there's a certain altitude I need to be before engaging the autopilot, it looks like no, not really. I think you can put it anytime, but I don't know at which altitude it really makes sense. So you can put it as soon as you want. However, I like to have a certain altitude since I have no clue what I'm doing. If I do it too late, oh, this is not looking good now. Let's increase the altitude. Yeah, this is now going to be game over, I think. Yeah, that's it. We crashed. Yeah, just by a little bit. Okay, so to answer the question, yeah, if I'm too low, then I crash because when I set it up, then the airplane goes everywhere. But I think you don't have to be at a certain speed. At least the game is not limiting you to having a certain altitude. Yeah, and yeah, there we crashed, so we failed. Um, I think the best is now to go to the main menu and open NeoFly and just say end mission. I hope that's going to be fine. Ah, look, it's oh no. Okay, so it's just a landing bonus, which is the loss, but yeah. Now the question is, where is my airplane? I don't never, haven't crashed before with NeoFly, so we'll have to figure out where my plane is. So have a look at the hangar. So my Cessna is still at this airport, so that should be fine if we just restart from here. So let's see what we have. Um, so this drop zone seems, I think it's quite almost impossible to land on these places. So not really, I don't really want to do one of those. We could do that one, another cargo mission. Or let's do this one. This is also a cargo mission, but this is a fragile or sensitive cargo, so we have to see that we don't damage. So when landing, we have to be a little bit more careful. That looks good. So let's do that one. Let's say fly, and I'm going to the main menu so I can set up the flight plan. I think you could do that also inside the game, but I really don't know how to do that. So I will do it this way. And I already forgot. Ah, there it is. So we are starting here in Ambri and we are going to this one. Is that correct? Maybe. Yeah, I hope. Does this make sense? Well, I don't know. Yeah, let's just do it this way. So I think this flight should be easier. So we will just follow here where the motorway goes, the A2, that pink line here, and then we'll just turn left here and then we should be able to land here without too many issues. But we will see how easy this or how hard this will be for me. So first we'll need to set the payload. So we are 14 short. So let's set this up like
Transporter
this.
from
That's
dispatch.
fine.
It's a cargo mission today. When you check the payload and the flight plan, please release your parking brake to start. Transporter, loading has started. Stand by.
Okay, so we will take okay, so we
Transporter.
should be ready to
Transporter
go.
from dispatch. The cargo is on board. You are clear to taxi to the runway and take off.
So let's get starting. So yeah, the parking brake is still on. Yeah, that's the right direction I want to fly. So this time we're starting in the other direction that in the mission where we just crashed.
Transporter from dispatch.
Ooh.
Fly safe.
Seems like there's some wind. So we'll trim it. That should be fine. Now I'm going to engage the autopilot. Put the heading and now the altitude. Don't have to go too high here, I think. Let's just put it like this. Oh, go up, up, up. Why isn't it going up? So it should be going up, but it's not going up. Okay, so I will disengage the autopilot again so that we don't crash into the mountain. Now let's try again. Oh, that doesn't look too good. Okay, so we'll first put the altitude higher at around 4,300. So now let's try again. Oh, okay, so this is the heading which is trying to steer me into the rock. Let's put it further to the right. So now we're clear. Not that much. That was way too much. Okay, so I'm having a little bit of hard time this time around with the autopilot. Let's go a little bit higher. I will also retract the flaps. So now we're able to go faster. Now let's try again with the autopilot. Oh yeah, the heading is completely wrong. Oh no, wrong side. Oh man. So now it should be fine. Also vertical speed. That vertical speed is, don't know, I just not able to get it working. Okay, so now it looks like I've got everything like I wanted. So all the snow is gone. Looks like that snow is not really like it is in reality, because we just had it before and now it's all gone. So I also don't know if it's snowing at the moment there. It has been snowing in the last few days. Need to check a webcam for that, but I'm not going to do that now. So let's have a look at NeoFly now that we're more or less in the air like we should. So that's what we have done so far. And yeah, so we just have to follow all the way down almost to Bellinzona and then turn and set for the landing or the approach. So here also this special thing, so those rings the kind of an 8 you can see here, that's the train line which here it's going here uphill towards some Gotthard. Here you see also two Moors, and this is to gain altitude, so it makes like a turn here and then I think it comes like around 100 meter further up, comes out of the mountain again. So just what map tool is that? So this is a NeoFly. This one, it's a career kind of a career mod, which uh, gives you you can generate missions here. As you can see now, we're flying one of those, and while flying, you have always the map where you can also look at, which is pretty handy. So you can look at some some Bing maps while flying, and then you can have a look at where you want to fly, uh, yeah, where you want to fly and where you want to go. Especially here in the mountains, I find it very practical, so I can see where the mountains are, and I can just find the best way to get to the other side. So I think I also had another one before. I will have a look if I can find it. That was called VFR map, was the one, yeah. So I'm going to Google it a moment. So that's this one. Going to put it in the chat. So this is the VFR plugin, which also works for which is also kind of this NeoFly map, this part here. So if you don't want to have the whole career mode stuff on the computer, you can just use that tool, where I think you can then see you have it's a browser tab then, and the browser you can just see where you're flying, and I think it's also Bing Maps or maybe Google Maps, I'm not sure, and it's also very practical. I used it before using NeoFly. I used that one, But now with NeoFly, I'm happy with this map. I think that VFR plugin also have some more flight specific things like so zones where you shouldn't fly because of military and so on. But for me, that NeoFly is perfectly fine. Okay, so we'll go a little bit more left so I don't hit too close to that mountain here on the right. So it looks good so far. Okay, so it's not much left here. So I will start descending. I think that would be a good time to start decreasing. Um, hmm. Yes, so I think I have to put the altitude back. I will just put it like around 3000 for the moment. Vertical speed on and then decrease will also reduce the thrust. Like that. And I think that, yeah, just having a look at if this is the valley where we have to go left or if it's this one over here. I'm not sure yet. I will have a look at this map here. Zoom out a bit. Yeah, it looks like I don't know. I really don't know. I think it's here, but I'm not sure. If that's the one, we should get a bit lower, I think. However, I don't know how wide this is going to be. I don't want to be too low, otherwise that could be hard to go through. Yeah, so I think this is where we have to go, because here on NeoFly we also see that there is a little river. that that's the one we need to follow, and that's I think the one which is here a little bit bugged. Oh, so let's zoom out a bit, or is it there? I don't know. No, I think that's the one, so it should be even earlier. So I think I will turn off the autopilot and see if I manage to. Ah, yeah, now we can see pretty good. So here is where we'll have to turn left. So I think now we are slow enough for the flaps to retract. Yeah, no, are they fully retract? No, they are. Oh, now I have to retrim the aircraft or the plane. That looks good, I think. Maybe a little bit bit more speed. Okay, so that looks good. There it is. Oh, so I would say that we're way too high. So I will reduce the thrust so we can reduce, we can get a bit lower. Yeah, so we are again too high, I think. Now this time we'll be careful because we have the sensitive cargo, which will break if we land too harsh. So we will be as soft as somehow possible. But we're still a little bit too high. That's not going to end well, I think.
Transporter from dispatch.
Now
Go to
break.
the parking so we can check the cargo status.
Yeah, I think that wasn't bad. So for my skills, this was pretty soft. So I hope that it was good enough. Go a little bit lower so we can see where we have to go. And as it looks like, we just stop here in the grass on this airfield. So let's get next to the other airplane. Like this. Oh, yeah, I think he wanted me to go a little bit more to the right, but doesn't matter. So I hope he's happy with that.
Transporter. Cargo unloading in progress. Stand
That's how
by,
we'll
pilot.
park it. So now we'll have a look at what they think we did. At least there is no warning here. So here's the landing. Yeah, I think they are happy too with my landing. Let's see. Yeah, so it was a success. They are happy with the landing. Was soft enough. Was first time for me doing one of those sensitive cargoes. I didn't know how sensitive or how smooth you need to land. That they're happy, but they were. It gave some, yeah, a little bit less experience point because of I don't know what that is, but I'm happy with it. Okay, so I think that was it for today. Thank you for watching, and we'll see us next time for some more Flight Simulator. Next time I will also do one of those. There is, yeah, there's a qualification because I already bought an airplane which need that C qualification, and I think you have to do some kind of exams here. I have no idea how that looks like, but I think that's something I will do in the next video, and maybe also try one of the other mission types that, for example, this emergency. Um, we try one of those tourist mission types. So thank you for watching and see you next time.